glasses again. Uh, wow. All right. Hey, everybody. Big E. Welcome to Big E's Auto. Hey, I do have them. Wow. I didn't even realize I have my glasses. There's a neat surprise. All right, guys. Checking in. I don't know if you can hear. It's pouring rain. I had a thunderstorm blow up. We were in the middle, or I was in the middle of a project doing a video, and naturally I thought I could finish the project, and the project ended up becoming more involved than I was intending, so I had to stop anyway to find the other problem with the project. Apparently it was a two-headed problem, so I have to dive into that. I think it's an electrical issue with the AC. I don't know if it's something with the high pressure switch, or if it's because I have power at the AC clutch fuse that's in the fuse panel, but I don't have power at the compressor. So I have to see what's going on, because the fuse looks fine and there's power going to the fuse. So obviously there's a problem between where the fuse box is and the AC compressor. So I have to look into that, but I can't look into that when I'm trying to beat a thunderstorm. So that's on pause. I just can't seem to get this AC fixed on the damn Ford. It's really pissing me off, but if anything, you got to persevere and get through it. So anyway, man, it is humid. It's really coming down. It was really thundering earlier. Now it just seems like it's a steady rain coming down. So wife and kids went to Dorney, so I texted them, told them I want to seek shelter over there. So just trying so I don't look like such a slob. Guess that's impossible. So anyway, so that's what's going on. I had intentions of if things would have went smoothly with the AC deal, I had intentions of possibly getting the Camaro out and welding the exhaust piece on the the header muffler. But now with the rain, that's not going to happen. So everything is kind of at a standstill right now due to the fact, well, the obvious, that I don't have a garage to actually work in. So unfortunately, we're always fighting the weather, especially with painting and body work. You're always watching the radar for storms and wind that would blow dust and dirt in the air. So yeah, so really nothing going on. I mean, I was really hoping to get that done, but at least, we got some stuff done on Ford Power Stroke with the AC deal. But now it's pouring rain, so we can't do anything. So might go over and check out the trailer then, make sure everything's good in there. I was going to open that up to let air through, but now that it's raining, obviously not going to do that. Would pour in there and ruin some stuff. How was everybody else's day? Mine was shit at work. So I'm just watching the rain. This is crazy. I got this new, I don't know if you've seen them advertised, those sealskin car covers. Supposedly the outside is really waterproof, and it actually has like a felt type material on the underside, so it won't scratch your paint and stuff as readily, which I've been fighting a lot of scratches and scuffs from my other car covers. I'm anxious to see what this one's going to do. But it looks to me, it's really beating the water off nice. So that's, that's a good thing. So hopefully that's good protection there, especially because the driver's side window leaks a little bit. So that'll be good to keep that under wraps. So we're going to see, because it's coming down pretty darn good right now. Time will tell. Let's see. Hey Dave, how we doing? Hope you got something to talk about. I got nothing. This thunderstorm blew up. I was in the middle of working on the Power Stroke and brought everything to a screeching halt. So I quickly threw everything in the garage here. So like my camera and stuff wouldn't get wet. So I'm kind of jammed up in here for right now. Until I see how long it's going to rain. So that's basically what I'm doing. What's everybody else doing? I'm looking around this garage to see a bunch of stuff I just need to get rid of. It's like, I don't know why I save this stuff, but I need to get rid of it. I'm not going to do that now because it's pouring rain. So, but it is humid. Sweating like crazy out here. Wait and see what other projects I can get lined up here. I was really hoping to get the AC done today, but like I said, I ran into a problem. It seems like it might be an electrical issue now with it. So that's about the time the thunderstorm blew up. So probably for the best. So now it's picking up some more, the rain. I left my jack out there. That's not good. Probably because I have my camera in here. Oh, you played golf today. How'd you do, Dave? I never played golf. I don't know much about it. But how'd you do? And how was it as far as heat wise? Was it really hot out on the greens? Oh man, my shirt is soaked. That's unfortunate. One game I never got into was golf. I guess I just don't have, I don't know if I just don't have the patience or I always thought it was for smart people. I never considered myself one of those, so I never played the game. But the people who do it, they enjoy it. But I never played. So, and I hear more thunder because might let loose some more yet. It picked up, now it's slowed down. So, but I think I'm basically done for the day. I don't think there's no more projects I can do. When it's raining, I'm pretty much dead in the water, but I'm anxious to see how this new car cover works to protect the car. $82. Okay. I don't know. Is that good or bad? I know that there's if someone says they shot par or like certain courses have a certain par that they're rated. Oh, I bet it was hot. I can't believe you were out there in this. Good Lord. So I don't know, like, I guess each course has its own par uh, that somebody feels that that's how many strokes it would take to get through the course. So I don't know, Dave. Um, like I said, I don't know enough. I'm just trying to learn it, just so that way I can, if somebody ever talks about golf, I can somewhat, you know, have an idea what they're saying or what they're talking about. But I don't. So I don't know if 82, how good that is. You know, I know each hole has par, like 2 or 3 par or whatever, but I don't know like what the whole deal is. And then there's some people, they have a handicap that's like, I guess that's how many strokes they're allowed before it actually counts against them, kind of a way. I only know bits and pieces. Like I said, I don't understand the game enough to really legitimately fully understand it to be in a conversation and sound like I'm intellectual, that I know what I'm talking about. But everybody has something they enjoy, so you know, that's great. Oh, I just saw something I'm going to need. Uh, yes, here it is. Now I just got to find the other pieces to it. Ooh, wait a minute. I've been looking for this. Now I have that. Now, where's the cord? Oh boy, I can't find a power cord for it. Well, that's kind of shitty. I gotta look for that now. All right, so what I found, folks, is I found my old practice tree for practicing reaction times. And I thought I wouldn't find this, but here's the foot pedal. You see, you put your foot on it. So instead of using the thumb switch that they give you, which is like leaning off of a trans brake, like in a Super Pro car, so you have they give you a thumb switch, but then you can buy this for extra, the foot pedal. So I'm amazed I found the foot pedal. What I am dumbfounded about is where's the cord? The fucking cord. That's kind of shitty. I would have thought I would have found the cord or put it with it. Why is the cord not here? Let me just move a couple things here and take a look. Anybody interested in a well, that was not planned. Anybody interested in a stock Corvette steering wheel? I gotta really get rid of some shit here. I got way too much junk. I can't believe that I don't have. I gotta look for it. I'm not gonna do it now because you guys are looking at a screen and just hear me talking in the background. So I'm gonna have to look for it. I can't believe I found the foot pedal. I thought for sure I'd never find that, but I found but I found it. But it kind of doesn't do any good if I don't have the power cord. That kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to look for that. And just dust it off here a little bit. Yeah, that does kind of baffle me. Why can't, of all things, I can't find the power cord? I'll have to look around. It's got to be here. I'm sure I would not have thrown that out. That's here. Oh wait, Dave. You said he needs a fuel pump. What did you say? He got quoted 800 on a pickup truck. I hate to say this with the fuel pump deal, but that's one of those jobs where the labor is ridiculous on that job. because lots of times I had one go out. I had a 90, it was a 94 or 92 S10 pickup truck. I had the 4.3 in it, and I had a fuel pump go on that. And the fuel pump wasn't really expensive. It was it would have been the labor. What I ended up doing was I was a lot younger, so I had me and my buddy came over and we took the bed off the truck, and then you can get right to the top of the fuel tank. And if my memory serves me correct, I think it had a snap ring that went around it. So you had to pop that snap ring off, and then you could take the fuel pump out the top. Or the other option, you but you would have to drain the whole fuel tank, as you can drop. You'd have to jack the truck way up in the air, put on stands, and drop the fuel tank down, um, so you can get to the top of the tank, because that's where the fuel pump is. What I would do, honestly, before I go ahead, and a lot of people right away suspect the fuel pump's bad. What I would do is I would try and locate the fuel pump relay, and check if that works. You can check if that works is if you turn the key, don't start the truck, but turn the truck to the run, and you should hear the fuel pump relay make a clicking noise. That clicking noise is the switch inside the relay making contact, shooting voltage to your fuel pump. If your fuel pump relay is not clicking, check if you have power going to it. If you have power going to it, then the relay is bad. If you don't have power going to it, then you need to check your fuel pump fuse to make sure that's not blown. So if you have, let's say you have power going to, not going to, if you don't have power there at the fuse box, you got to start tracing wires to see if a wire broke or something happened or whatever. But I would, before you go ahead and replace a fuel pump, I would check the fuel pump relay, because a lot of times people misdiagnose a bad fuel pump for a bad fuel pump relay. So check your relay first, because that's easy and cheap to fix. I mean, I think you could get a relay for what, $10, and the relay, I'm not sure on Silverados where they're located. Lots of times they're in the passenger side kick panel. Um, Best thing you can do is just Google it and see. Somebody out there, I'm sure, has a video or something where it's located. Um, and then just take a test light and make sure you have power going to the relay. Again, if there's power going to the relay, but there's no power coming out of the relay, then it's the relay. But if you have power going into relay and you have power coming out of the relay, then it's your fuel pump. But double check your relay before you go ahead, because the fuel pump, replacing a fuel pump on any vehicle is a big job. Especially a pickup truck, because the fuel tanks are so big. So that's how I would go about that job. $800. Honestly, for that job, anything under 1,000 is a good deal, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, because of the fact that it is so labor intensive to do that. Does the truck run, Dave? Because it sounds to me it's a sending unit. The fuel level sending unit. And the reason now it's set a check engine light is your fuel sending unit is basically like a big resistor. So if the ECM senses a change in voltage or resistance, that isn't within the parameters, it's going to hit the check engine light on that. So I would check. I would. I don't think it's your fuel pump. I would check for any bare wires. Honestly, if there's a bare wire somewhere, or it's kinked or something, like a wire from over the years from road salt and just use, um, I would check that there's no fraying or that the wire isn't broken somewhat, and it's giving you a spike in resistance, and that's what's popping your check engine light is your ohms for the fuel gauge is not within parameters, so it's popping the check engine light. Uh, yeah. Check your wiring around the fuel pump, around the tank. Um, the problem is, I'm not familiar. I don't know if the fuel level assembly, usually all the ones that I've seen are the same. The fuel pump and the fuel level are the same unit. So you have to replace both, which I think is kind of shitty. Um, I would check the wiring first real good. It sounds like something may be grounding out or frayed or something, because it's if when you turn the key to run, not to start. I mean, this is with the truck off. Turn the truck to run, not to start. Turn it to run. Listen, if take your fuel cap off and have someone listen down the tube, your fill tube into the fuel tank. If you hear a buzz noise from anywhere from 8 to 15 seconds, your fuel pump's fine. Really, yeah, the fuel gauge, yeah, and the fuel pump, they have that all. That's all the same. That's what's shitty. I would really, I would check wiring around. If you can find the wiring for the fuel pump, there shouldn't be like a purple, green, or white or brown wire nearby. I think those are the common colors GM uses for fuel, for your fuel level gauge, and trace those. Even if you can't see, run your fingers along that wire to feel any breaks or fraying or anything like that. I'd be led to think it's a wiring issue. I mean, I could be 100% wrong, but before I would go ahead to the trouble to drop the tank or pull the bed off the truck, I would check that wiring real close and see if that's if your wiring is okay. If your wiring's fine, then you got to drop the tank, and it could be something like that. Um, but if your fuel pump works, it's not your fuel pump relay, obviously, because then obviously that circuit's fine. But it's the fuel level gauge. I would. You almost have to look up a schematic, get a color schematic that tells you the wire colors, and then I would trace those. I would find those on the truck and trace those and see if there's a break or frayed or anything, bare spots there. That's what I would do before I go to jump to replacing the whole thing. If you have to, yes, then it's the fuel pump and the fuel level sending unit is all one unit. So you have both things get replaced. So that's kind of a shitty setup, but it is what it is. That's why they do it that way, so they make money. So it really bothers me where that power cord could be. I'm gonna have to look once I'm done here with the live. So like, oh, hey, here is one. This is one. Here's a unit. I just took this unit out of the Corvette. So this here is your float. So that's obviously your level sending unit. And then there's here's your, get it in the, here's where your fuel pump would hook up to, is this tube here. So that goes all the way up and it comes out the top here by the filler neck. Okay. And then you also have your return if you're running fuel injection, and you have your vent, which vents off the gas. And then this piece here, this plastic piece here, that's where your resistor is in to tell you your how much fuel is in your tank. So that's how that all works. So,
Hello, Moto.
and I got someone calling me. So all right, I'm gonna have to cut this short. So Dave, I hope that helps. I may check back in later tonight. So until next time, watch out for each other. Take care of each other. See you next time right here on Big E's. Bye for now, guys.